Good morning, afternoon I think it is now, but we're back to some more of those Masterverse action figure reviews. And here we have the Mer-Man that I was talking about in my Stinkor review. So this is the Mer-Man from the Revelation TV series, so he's very much stylized to that. You can see he doesn't have his chest armor or anything like that, and his trident is now a bident. I'm not even sure what you call a double-pronged trident. Probably just a spear. A bi-spear, I don't know. But here's the packaging. Here's the top. This is that old Masterverse. I'm going to focus or not. This is the old Masterverse packaging. There's the bottom. There's the boring side. There's the not boring side. That's some really cool artwork. And then the back is another piece of artwork, which, sorry guys, I don't know what's happening with their focus today. Yeah, so the new Masterverse packaging has more art on the front and sides, and figure action poses of the actual toy on the back. So we haven't seen any of the others from the cross-sell. I don't know if I'll be getting any of those. Possibly the He-Man or the Teela. Not sure. And then we have all the packaging for Mer-Man, so I guess we can just get him out. So there's a few reviewers that aren't keen on this Mer-Man, and mostly it's just because he's missing that yellow chest armor. There's the rocky back. Box is gone. And what do we have here? Alright, plastic cracking time. We have one hand, two hand, 3 and 4 hand, bi-spear, bident, sword, and finally Mer-Man. Okay, so let's tilt a bit. And I kind of already really like this. There's some creatures in Aquaman's universe that are kind of these bloodthirsty, under the ocean creatures, and they always reminded me of this Mer-Man. You can see his very cool head. And basically, this is Mer-Man some years after He-Man and Skeletor and Magic have all disappeared from Eternia. So that's why he looks all beat up and post-apocalyptic. So yeah, I guess you could call this a post-apocalyptic version of Mer-Man. And he's got very cool, scaly molding. That's really cool. I do like the one scarred over eye. And this is the thing I was talking about in the Stinkor review. So you have a look, there's Mer-Man's feet. There's Stinkor's feet. And I think they are identical. Maybe Stinkor's are a little smaller, I'm not sure. Nah, they're identical. Which also means that the Zodak feet are again the same feet. Focus. The only bit difference is the boot tops, obviously. Okie dokie. So he also has 2 closed fists, which are fine, but the other set of hands are outstanding. They are outstretched, webbed hands. And that's very, very cool. And obviously you can just plug them on as per normal. And he has these outstretched kind of swimming hands now. And I suppose you can get him up on a sort of swimming angle there too. Okie dokie, and he has his giant bident. Well, the two-bladed trident. Again, not sure what we call it. Kind of a little eely looking thing. A little bit of paint splotch. That's very cool. And he has this sword. And one of the reviews I watched of this guy already says that this black paint basically just falls off once you start putting his sword in and out of his hand. I'll put it in there once and yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see over time. But we'll switch back to the other holding hand. In you go. And then he can have his sword. And his bident. Again, I don't think bident's a word, but I'll be amused if I've proved wrong. And he's looking very, very cool. So you'll also notice, because the original figures were just sort of repaints of each other. Come on. Stinkor's and Mer-Man's heads. Very similar in shape and style. Even, I'll take off his mask. You can see the mouth as well. They're still both very reminiscent of each other, which is very cool. Here we have him next to an Origins 2000X He-Man and a 80th anniversary He-Man. Oh, center them a bit more. And of course next to another Masterverse figure. Alright, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. Still lots more toys, and like I said, next week we'll have the Thundercat stuff coming, and that's going to be a lot of fun to look at. We've already looked at one, thoroughly enjoyed it, so we will have 4 more next week. Again, like I said, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope everyone's had a good weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye!